Good morning. This morning we are going to make Ayurveda buttermilk. So I have all the ingredients in front of me, and if we look at the ancient texts, I take a lot of my information from one of these ancient texts, then we have to understand why we want to take Ayurveda buttermilk. So first off, Ayurveda buttermilk is nothing like the buttermilk you would buy in a store. So this is going to be quite different. And why would we need to use this? Well, you've often heard me talk of that digestive fire, and we've talked about how that digestive fire can become so small, so diffuse, that it can't burn through your food anymore. And when we're not an efficient fat burner, and I don't mean a fat burner just in terms of losing weight, although that's nice for some of us, I mean, we need to be an efficient fat burner because we store our toxins in our fat. So if we can't get rid of those toxins, then they build up and we get all kinds of signs and symptoms. So what this Ayurveda buttermilk does is it works directly on the digestive system to ignite that digestive fire, but without heating you up as well. So this is a great remedy for GERD, IBS type symptoms, colitis type symptoms, Crohn's, celiac disease, ulcers. And if we look at the ancient texts, then let's look at sort of signs and symptoms that we have, even if we haven't yet been diagnosed with any one of those things. So first off, if you have extreme thirst, this is an indication that your digestive system is not working functionally. So if you're a person that constantly has to have a water bottle, it's not normal to be constantly thirsty. So lack of taste, lack of appetite, especially if you feel fatigued after eating, or you feel a little nauseous after eating, or you feel ravenous half an hour or an hour after eating, then these are all signs that your digestive system needs to sort of be looked at. Excessive salivation, asthma, swelling in the legs is all a sign that we're building up digestive toxins. Pain in the bones, if there's any vomiting, especially after eating, or nausea, fever, and I don't mean just we're running a fever, but in terms of we get hot flashes, if you're having night sweats at night, it's very tempting to think that this is a hormonal imbalance, but 9 times out of 10 what this actually is undigested food, your digestive system not working properly, and then what that's doing is creating digestive toxins. And belching, and especially if you have a metallic taste in your mouth or a bitter or sour taste, this is all indication of digestive toxins building up. Some other signs and symptoms when it's reached a more severe stage would be sort of lethargy and sluggishness, loss of strength, burning sensation, and that burning sensation could be anywhere. So it could be in the esophagus, and we commonly call that acid reflux, or it can be in the stomach where we're sort of thinking of ulcers, or it could be even when we urinate. It can be sort of a burning sensation when we urinate. Any kind of sort of heaviness in the body too is normally a sign that we're not being able to get rid of our toxins well enough. So one of the things that we can do is we can make this wonderful Ayurveda buttermilk, and we're going to drink this 30 minutes before each meal. And what that's going to do is ignite that digestive fire. We want a really good digestive fire that works really, really functionally well. That's your metabolism. So we want you really efficient without heating you up at all. So I'm going to suggest you try this for a month, especially if you have any signs or symptoms of digestive problems. That's any gas, bloating, constipation, loose stools or diarrhea, or belching. Any of these, or any of the other signs and symptoms, that heaviness, that foggy feeling, just feeling sluggish, fatigue, all these signs and symptoms of digestive toxins building up. So if we look at the recipe here, first off, we need whole milk plain yogurt, preferably non-homogenized, definitely organic, and definitely plain, so no fruit flavors here. We'll also need some cool water, so here's my water here, and some cumin powder. We're going to use some Himalayan pink salt, and remember, Himalayan pink salt actually, you can use this if you have high blood pressure, because Himalayan pink salt does not increase blood pressure. And then either some chopped fresh cilantro or mint to add a little bit of a cooling flavor to that. I don't have any fresh mint, so I've just got a little bit of dried mint here. So our ratios are 1 to 4, so 1 to 4 of the yogurt. So we're going to take 1 cup. I guess I should have done this bit beforehand. 1 cup of the yogurt. Put it in my blender. Any kind of blender will do. And then 4 cups of cool water. And then put the lid on the blender. I don't always. And then we're just going to pulse a couple of times. Or not. And then take a look at any fat bubbles that have come to the top. We're going to take off. We want these bubbles that are on the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to save this, and this is what we can make ghee with later. It makes great ghee. In fact, ghee should really be made from yogurt, which is absolutely wonderful. So what we're taking is the fat out of the milk, out of the yogurt. And then we pulse again. And then take another look, and I still have milk bubbles on top, and we keep doing this until we have removed all the milk, all the cream that comes to the top. As I said, we're going to make a great ghee out of that. We'll do that in another video. And again. Keep pulsing until there are no bubbles left. Can you see this? I don't know how much the camera can see. The bubbles on top. A slotted spoon is ideal for this, but you don't have to have one. Keep on doing this. Until we have removed all the bubbles. Still see there's still a lot here. So we're removing all the fat actually from the yogurt. If you're high in vata or high in pitta, you can leave some of this fat behind. It doesn't all have to come out. If you're high in kapha, let's get all the fat out. Still got quite a lot. This is going to make the most delicious ghee. So if you're used to making your own ghee, and it is so easy to make, then this is what you're going to do. You're going to strain that first, get all any liquid out of it, and then just heat it up in the pan and make ghee. So we make this fresh every morning. We do not refrigerate this. Once we refrigerate it, then it becomes heavy and moist, and that's not the quality of the food that we want. So we're actually going to leave this out. It's okay. but we have to drink it fresh every day. So we're going to make this every single morning. It's going to take you, about 10 minutes to do every morning. And we drink this 30 minutes before each meal. I think I just perhaps need to do this one more time. I am high in Vata and Pitta, especially Pitta this time of year, so I'm okay leaving a little bit of the fat in here. I actually need it. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to add some cumin powder. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin. So here's your digestive spice here. One teaspoon of cumin. A pinch of Himalayan pink salt. Also a digestive spice. It's going to ignite that digestive fire. And then a little bit of fresh mint. It can be cilantro if you like cilantro. Not everybody likes cilantro. Or a little bit of mint. And I'm just going to pulse it again to make sure it's all well mixed. And then I still have a little bit of bubbles in here. And then you're going to drink just 1 cup, 30 minutes before your meal. I have not had breakfast yet. So I'm going to drink this. Just to let you know, it's a savory taste. So if you're expecting a milkshake, that's not what you're getting. So it's a more savory taste. You may have some discomfort the first couple of days you use it. And when I mean discomfort, I mean there may be a little bit of gas, a little bit of bloating. This doesn't mean it's not working. It actually means it is working. We're beginning to ignite that digestive fire. We're beginning to burn through those digestive toxins. So it actually means it is working. So cheers.